What's up, you guys? So before we jump into my video today, I wanted to shout out my friend Josh, the Hairy Tornado. That's his YouTube channel. Josh reached out to me on Instagram and offered to make me an end card for my YouTube channel, which is so handy because I'm not that familiar with editing an end screen. So he did it for me, and I just wanted to give him a huge shout out because that was so nice. And I will link his YouTube channel below. He is a part-time reseller as well. His videos are awesome. He's just starting on YouTube. So let's support him as a fellow reseller and subscribe to his channel. Thanks, Josh. Thank you for helping my channel look a little bit more polished. We all know it's kind of a hot mess over here, but you're helping me one step at a time, so thank you. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Sorry there's been a little bit of a delay since my last upload. It's only because, if you can kind of hear, I've been a little sick. I went ahead and I paused, took care of some organization that needed to happen with my business, and now I'm back with another what sold video on eBay. And I'm really excited to do this one because I had a lot of interesting sales the last few weeks. Sales have been really, really good, and I'm so grateful for that. But at the same time, as a stay-at-home mom and as someone on a part-time schedule with my business, it's been really hard to keep up with all of the orders, all the customer service, all the shipping, and everything that comes with running an eBay business, you know, Amazon aside. So I am kind of at the point where, even though sales are great, I'm just looking for a little bit of a better balance. I hope that I find it, and I think my organization is key. A lot of the problems with shipping happen when I have inventory that's already listed and done and in my to be sorted pile, but then it takes me a while to get to it, so I have to kind of, if it sells really quickly, which a lot of these items do, I have to dig through my bins and find it, and it's a little bit of a hard thing. So something that I'm going to be a little bit more on top of, if you've watched my inventory videos, is putting away inventory and labeling it right away so that I don't run into that problem anymore. Anyway, that aside, I hope everyone's doing great. I have the best subscribers in the world, and the reason is because you guys let me get away with things like wearing a hat and looking like this. It was either do my hair this morning or take my kids to the park, and taking my kids to the park took precedence. So I went ahead and let that slide. So hopefully, you know, you're okay with hat and activewear me. It was either that or no video. So anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, if you've watched my video about which brands have gone downhill for me, I'll link it here. Madewell is one of those brands, which is just so surprising for me because I used to love finding Madewell. I get so excited. But lately, some of their things just won't move for me. Jeans are not included in that list. Jeans for Madewell just sell great always. But things like their tops, button down, I used to be able to sell this plaid flannel ex-boyfriend shirt. I've sold a bunch of them. I used to sell them for around $35 to $40, and this one sold for only $19 plus shipping. That could be because it's summer, and also because it's an extra small, which is a really tiny size and a little bit harder to sell for me. But I was still glad that it sold. I bought it for $1 at a thrift store, so it made me a decent profit. But yeah, Madewell is something that I have to be just a little bit more cautious when I pick up. I probably won't pick this up unless I get it really cheap from here on out. This Michael Kors purse took a little while to sell, but I'm glad it finally did. Michael Kors can take quite a while, honestly, for me to sell. Depends on the style, of course. The clothing I usually pass on, honestly. The shoes sometimes are okay. Purses are okay, but it just takes a while, and this one took months to sell. I'm glad it did. It sold for full price, and that's thanks to promoted listings. All of my items in my store are promoted at 1%, and the reason I do 1% is because it's a small enough percentage that it's not eating a lot of my sales, but 1% still seems to be enough to get the volume of sales that I want. I'm surprised at how many things I see sell each day from promoted listings when I'm only having it at 1%. So that's something that I choose to do right now. If I wanted more velocity, I might increase that to 2, 3, 4%, but honestly right now I don't really see the need. So anyway, this sold for $70 plus $9 shipping, which I was pleased with, and I'm happy to see it go finally. This is a J. Crew sweater. I love selling J. Crew, as you guys know. J. Crew doesn't sell for tons of money, but because I picked this up for $3, I was happy that it sold for $23 plus $6 shipping. And it's pink, it's cute, it has a little laser cut bottom detail. Anyway, I am very careful with what I pick up with J. Crew though. It has to be recent, and it has to have like one of the black labels. I don't really pick up J. Crew factory unless it's really cute and unique. So that's just something to consider. I don't pick up all J. Crew. I am a little bit selective, but when it's kind of the right season, the right style, the right year, then it usually sells relatively quickly and for a decent price. I picked up these Betsey Johnson booties with like these pearl heel detail. I picked them up for $9. They are in brand new condition without the box. I thought they would sell for a little bit more. It's fine, like I still am making a profit, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I did see like a sold and completed listing on eBay, I think for 50 something dollars, so that's why I picked them up. But this just kind of goes to show that maybe a lot of people had them or were selling them and the price went down. I don't know. They sat for a little while, and when it came down to it, I was willing to take the $28 plus $10 shipping offer and then see them go. So I made my profit. I didn't make as much as I wanted, but that's fine by me. I really like picking up Ariat, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I like picking up their boots, their cowboy boots. It's a really nice, popular brand. Real leather, they're really usually good quality, and I picked these up at a thrift store for I believe $7, and they sold for $52 plus $5 shipping. This is an example of I need to adjust some of my shipping prices. I get asked a lot, you know, why are you only charging $5 for certain items? And to be honest, I meant to charge more for these, but I have bulk shipping editor on eBay, and sometimes when I'm bulk editing, it misses a few things, so that's just something you guys need to be aware of. I need to go back in and adjust shipping on some things, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because these sold for a great price anyway, so I'm happy to see them go. These did have some scuff marks on the toe, but it's really easy to get scuffs out of leather if you just have some shoe polish. So what we use, and what I'll link below, is Allen Edmonds. That's what my husband uses for his shoes, and I borrow them from my eBay store. Allen Edmonds shoe polish. We have several different colors, I think chili, walnut, and black, and that covers most of the spectrum of leather shoes. You just put a little bit on the toe, you let it dry a little bit, buff it out, and it looks beautiful and brand new. So I would say if you're selling a lot of shoes, it's definitely worth it to get some kind of leather cleaning kit or a shoe polish kit that can help brighten them up so that you can get a little bit more for them, and because I don't want the buyer to be disappointed when they receive them. This is a Free People dress, and it's called a Snap Out of It Tree Swing dress. I found this at the Goodwill Outlet a while ago. One way that you can find Free People style numbers is if you look on the inner tag at the bottom of the inner tag, it'll start with OB and then it'll have a bunch of numbers after it for the style. If you look that up in Google with Free People style number, then it will usually pull up what style it is. That's not the case for all of Free People, but for some of them that works. This is an instance where the style number was listed in Google and I could find it and find out what it was. But yeah, I picked this up at Goodwill Outlet for like I think $1.45, and it sold for $20 plus $5 shipping, which I was pleased with. Okay, so this next sold is an instance where I don't want you to be me, learn from my mistakes. I picked this Cabbage Patch doll up brand new in the box for $20 a really long time ago. I want to say 2+ years ago, and it's just been sitting in my garage for a long time. I didn't list it because I didn't know what to do with it. This was before I was really doing a lot of eBay. I thought I could send it to Amazon. Like, I didn't know what to do with it. So I finally listed it like a year ago for a lot of money because I thought, well, it's brand new in the box and it's like a vintage 90s toy. Well, it sat forever and then finally sold. So I'm glad that this is gone, but I think that just goes to show you really need to do your homework, look up comps, make sure that there's like demand for the listing. Even though it's like vintage and cool and still in the box, that does not mean that it's worth money. So learn from my mistake and look things up a little bit better than I did at this time. This is a Patagonia half zip, and this is something that I picked up at my most recent Thrift With Me video. I really love picking up Patagonia. Their jackets do the best, or their long full zip fleeces, but if it's like a half zip pullover, you know, those tend to do fine too. The capeline, things like that. They don't sell for more though than like 20-25 bucks. So just be aware of that when you are spending money. Don't spend $10 on something like this. It's just probably not worth it. But for, I think I paid $5 for it. For $5 to turn that into $25 plus $5 shipping is fine with me. I found this at a thrift store a little while back. It was brand new with tags. It was $5 when I picked it up, and it sold for $30 plus $6 shipping. Super dry. I don't know much about this brand. It looks like it's popular in the UK or in Europe or something. Not so popular here. It took a little while to sell, but I thought it was cool, good quality, so threw it up in my store. This is just an example of, I don't know, like a lot of times I pick something up because the quality looks cool, comps look pretty good, and it just took a while to sell, but I'm glad it sold, and for a decent price. If you're not picking up Flying Monkey jeans, these can actually sell pretty quickly for me. Not for tons of money, but for $25 plus $6 shipping, I was really happy with that, especially because it was a teeny tiny size 25, you know. That's a smaller size, it could take a little bit longer to sell. But Flying Monkey is sold at, I believe, Buckle stores, and it's a higher quality jean. They're usually thinner, stretchier. They don't have like the bling pocket like Miss Me, but they do sell pretty well. And sure enough, these sold pretty quickly for me for $31, which I was pleased with. I think I got these for $1 at a thrift store like on their dollar day. So I'm totally happy with that. I really love it when thrift stores miss Lululemon because a lot of times there's no tag inside the Lululemon piece. There's just the logo, but I knew these were Lululemon by feel, and that's something that if you're brand new, you'll definitely get used to. It does not take long to feel what Lululemon feels like. It just feels really high quality, thicker. I don't know. You just get a sense of the material. So I felt these. I was like, ka-ching, let's grab them, and they were only $3, so I was really pleased with that. In excellent condition, and I'm glad they are off to their new home. I absolutely, if I could only sell Lululemon, I would. I love it. Now, to find the style name of the Lululemon item can be really tricky. The best thing you can really do is just Google search and go to Google Images and search striped waistband, gray, thigh pockets, any keyword you can find like that helps describe the item, and then just go through images until you find something that matches what you have. It can be really fast, it can take a long time, it just depends, but that's honestly the best way I have been able to find the names of Lululemon items. This is a vintage Banana Republic men's leather jacket. I thought it was really cool. It looks worn, right? So you might look at it and go, huh, I don't know. Like there's what we call patina on leather. That's when it gets worn. It has like that, the color starts to change. But that can actually be a huge draw for a lot of people when something looks worn in and vintage. Kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones. I don't know, I'm a big nerd. But yeah, this sold pretty well. I did make sure to put in keywords like aviator, bomber, flight jacket, patina, stuff like that, because those are keywords that are really popular right now for jackets. So I would definitely throw that in. If it had like a shearling lining, I would definitely throw that in because that's even more money. This sold for almost $100, which I was really pleased with. I picked it up for $5. The lining on the inside was torn at one place even, but it didn't matter. And it's actually going to Australia, which is great. So yeah, for leather, especially like genuine leather products, if there's patina discoloration, that can actually be a good thing. So that's something that I've learned along the way. Denim & Supply is a branch off of Ralph Lauren that's actually pretty high end. Like if you look at their retail prices, they retail for a ton of money. I found these at the Goodwill Outlet. Everything at the Goodwill Outlet, by the way, I wash because it just, I would not feel comfortable just selling it as is. Like Goodwill Outlet stuff just it's mixed with all kinds of stuff. So I wash it and I make sure it's clean. That's a question that I get a lot. Anyway, these sold for $31 plus $5 shipping, which was great. I really enjoy selling Denim & Supply. It depends on the style, of course, but their button downs, their jeans, they all tend to do pretty well for me. Okay, when it comes to Nike, it's definitely hit or miss for me, and I will just tell you the things that I look out for. Big spell out logo is really good. Different colors are really good. Bright colors, 90s colors, vintage, those are all really good signs. Full zip hoodies do great. This one was not missing the drawstring, which please check out for because I always miss it when it's missing the drawstring, so look for that, the hood drawstring. Men's sells better for me than women's Nike, to be honest. So those are all kinds of things I look for. Big logos though tend to do a lot better. So the bigger the logo, the better. The older the style, the better. The brighter the colors, the better. Just to give you an idea of what goes well for Nike. Because you could pick up a Nike shirt and it can sit for a long time. I just want to warn you because I've made that mistake before. I thought, well, if it's Nike, it'll sell, and that's just not the case. Just because it's Nike doesn't mean it's gonna sell and be special. So just look out for the things that I mentioned and you should be okay. If you remember, this was in my Thrift With Me video. These are the Puma camo leggings with the gold spell out. They sold for $25, which I was really pleased with considering I got them at the dollar section of the thrift store. So I'm really pleased with that. And Puma's not a brand I pick up a lot of the time, but it was camo and it had the gold spell out. So I thought they were kind of unique and cool, and sure enough, they sold pretty quickly. Okay, and last but not least, my absolute favorite thrift flip from the last little bit. These are 13 jeans. I had never heard of this brand before, but when I was at the thrift store and I was going through, I saw this, I felt good quality for sure, number one. Number two, I looked at the tag inside and it said made in Italy, which is a really good sign, by the way. And then thirdly, I looked up comps on eBay for that brand R13 jeans and I saw decent sales. So I was like, well, they're $5, let me grab them and let's see what we can do. So I took them home and I did a little bit more research and I discovered that these are actually really rare and unique jeans that originally retail for $395. What? Yeah. My husband called them diaper jeans because they look like you could wear a diaper with them. They're really saggy at the top. But as I did research, I noticed that celebrities like J-Lo and Brandy and other models like were wearing these jeans in pictures. So because I knew that information, I was able to price them a lot higher than I would have put these at, I don't know, $30, $40. I didn't know. But I did the research and they're actually worth much, much more. And these sold for my full asking price of $112 really quickly, actually, like within, I want to say, a week or two. An international buyer wanted them, which I'm so pleased with. And yeah, so that just kind of goes to show, look up your items, look up comps. I went ahead and I put in my title as seen on these celebrities because that always helps. That helps so much. If a celebrity has worn your item, definitely put that in your listing so that buyers know it's a little bit more unique. It's a little more special for that reason. So that's something that I would definitely recommend. Do your research. And I'm glad I did my research on these diaper jeans because they're off to the international buyer and they probably, since I've never had a return from an international buyer, I doubt I'll ever see them again. So I'm extremely grateful for that amazing flip that netted me a lot of money. Okay, you guys, that does it for the video today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you who subscribes to my channel. I'm just so grateful that people watch. It just means the world to me. Being a reseller is lonely as it is because you're working solo. And if you put on top of that a stay-at-home mom, it can get really lonely really fast. So I just can't tell you how much it means to me that we have this wonderful community of subscribers who follow along and who I can share my business with and my passion with. And I really hope that the information that I'm giving you helps you and your business. I want to help you grow your business, and any information that I can give you that helps just means a lot to me. So thank you so much again for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more reselling content. I try to upload a couple times a week and just share my journey and share my process with you. So as always, you guys, thank you so much and I will catch you next time.